everybody, my name is Lai and you're watching How to Mommy. In this video, I will be talking about how we can protect our children and ourselves para maiwasan ang dengue. We all know that dengue is life-threatening and sometimes super uso siya sa isang lugar. In fact, right now, like just this week, it was currently or recently declared as a national epidemic here in the Philippines. There are over 150,000 cases and over 600 deaths already, so that's a very alarming rate. And what's important is, alam natin kung paano maiwasan ang dengue, and once that we are suspecting dengue, we should know how to manage it or how to treat it. Babies and children in general need to be protected from mosquitoes, hindi lang sa dengue, because super kawawa talaga sila. When mosquitoes go to them and bite them, they don't know na kailangan lang patayin yung mosquitoes. Unlike adults, alam natin na we have to patay or we have to kill the mosquitoes, we have to drive away the mosquitoes. The toddlers, especially babies, they really don't know that. And minsan, nilalapitan talaga sila compared to adults kasi we always move, diba? Sila, sometimes they just sleep, they just stay in one place. So it's very important that tayong adults, we are the ones who are providing them protection and we are the ones helping them para hindi sila makagat ng mosquito, especially dengue mosquito. When my Cairo was still a baby, ang dami niyang mosquito bites and it was really my fault kasi minsan feeling ko naiinitan siya sa bahay, so I just let him wear sando and shorts. Pero eventually, ang dami talaga niyang mosquito bites. Buti na lang hindi dengue. What I did was, tip number 1 talaga, let your child or baby or toddler wear long sleeves or pajamas or kahit t-shirt and pajamas. It's very important, pati socks. And yung na-observe ko talaga is, yung my pediatrician called my attention kasi yung bite marks ng baby ko is nagiging maitim, nagiging pasa. Minsan, matagal talaga siyang ma-heal because he scratches it, so nasusugat pa. Tapos, it really becomes like a scar, ganon. Hanggang ngayon, meron pa, pero yung iba nag-fade na. Pero it took so many months before completely nawala yung mosquito bites niya. And what I did was, the moment my pediatrician told me to please let him wear pajamas and socks, hindi na talaga siya, as in super konti na lang ng bite marks niya. Minsan nasa ulo na lang niya kasi his whole body was protected because of his clothing. Just make sure that your house or where you stay is well ventilated so that hindi masyadong pagpawisan si baby, or if you choose to make him wear sando or shorts, try to use insect repellents. This is tip number 2. There are insect repellents, very uso ngayon yung stickers, pero sa amin hindi ko masyadong nagamit kasi I noticed that if I stick it on clothes tapos tinanggal ko, parang nagsustain siya, parang nagli-leave siya ng dumidikit yung dumi. So, merong parang square sa mga damit ni baby. So, I don't really use the stickers, but I heard that it works. It is, I think, citronella scent, kaya nade-drive away niya yung mosquitoes. But what I use is the Human Heart Nature bug shield. Ito siya. This is a DEET-free lotion. I think this is also citronella, kaya nag-work siya against mosquitoes. So, super strong ng amoy niya. As in, my husband doesn't like it, pero nilalagyan ko talaga yung clothes ni baby. My baby has sensitive skin, so I don't really put it directly to his skin. I put it sa pajamas niya, sa damit niya. And so far, it has been effective in driving away mosquitoes. DEET-free kasi DEET is toxic daw. Pero I have also heard from another mom that kung kailangan mo talaga ng super strong na repellent, you may try the repellents with DEET. Pero it's up to you kasi nga, it's toxic. Do your own research. But, yun na nga, if you're comfortable with the scent of this is really good already. Human Heart Nature Bug Shield. Pwede din yung Bug Shield na oil because this is lotion. Meron ding oil. And it's up to you. But so far for me, this one is really good. In the supermarket, meron ding mga off lotion. Ang dami-daming ibang brands. Basta mga citronella or something. Just read the ingredients. Whatever is comfortable for you. Basta sabi nila anything with citronella. Citronella candle, citronella oil, citronella whatever. I've also heard eucalyptus but I haven't tried. Basta sa akin, this one really worked well. Tsaka yung pajamas, tsaka yung long sleeves. Another tip is using an electronic mosquito killer. Yung ginamit namin, I don't have it with me anymore right now, pero it was in the shape of a tennis racket. It's rechargeable. Tapos, we just have to press a red button. Tapos, when we see a mosquito, we just chase it around. As in, nakikita ko talaga na nakukuha niya yung lamok and then it dies there. it burns the mosquito. So, if matyaga kayong hanapin yung mga lamok when you're already lying down, you're ready for bedtime, tapos lumilipad-lipad yung lamok, just chase it with the electronic mosquito killer. It's in a lot of hardwares. Yung mahirap lang is that minsan they really hide very well. So, kung hindi mo siya makita, hindi mo din siya mapapatay. Sometimes you just wave it around. You don't really kill. You're not able to kill them all. So, minsan, they just hide and then they show up when you're already asleep. So, that's a disadvantage of this kind of mosquito killer. But, if matyaga kayo and you probably enjoy doing it, then you can use that. But, what really worked for us after using this for quite some time, may na-discover kaming iba. It is also an electronic, like, zapper from Ace Hardware. Ito siya, the brand is JML, pero when we went there, may iba-ibang brands. But ito yung nagustuhan namin. It has a fan. So, I assume na itong dalawang fan, they suck in the mosquitoes. And then, na-fry din sila, namamatay sila dito sa loob. As in, it has a violet light when we plug it in. And so far, hindi pa siya nasisira. Ilang months na to. I think it's been a year now. We've been using it for a year already. What we do is, it works very well in a dark room. So, around 3 or 5 o'clock, kung alis kami or when we leave the room to play, to eat, to whatever we do in the afternoon, we just turn it on and then we turn off the lights para hanggang sa gabi, hanggang around dinner time, it is killing all the mosquitoes. I don't know why, parang lumalapit kasi yung mosquito because of the fan or because of the light. I'm not sure. Basta lumalapit sila. We were very surprised during the first few days we used it. I think even the first day or the second day na nagamit namin siya, we just left it in a dark room. In the dark room, it was our bedroom. Tapos, ang dami niyang napatay, like around 20 or 25, ang dami talaga. And we even took photos of it because we were very impressed. And imagine, if we didn't leave this box turned on that afternoon, imagine we would be sleeping with all of those 20 mosquitoes and they will just be feeding on us the whole night, including our baby. Or we will have to chase them with a tennis racket and that would be a lot of work. So it was very helpful for us. I think that if you are in a place where there is a lot of mosquitoes, you should get one yourself. It's a really good investment, especially if you have a baby or toddler or children. By the way, as promised, here are the 9 winners of my Sunnies Face Lipdip giveaway. Tip number 5 is very obvious. Do not leave your windows open, or if you need to leave your windows open, make sure na merong screen and walang butas yung screen. If there is any circumstance na kailangan nyo talagang magbukas ng windows, meron din ba sa mga probinsya, they have to open the windows kasi walang AC or to tipid, diba, para tipid sa electricity, open the windows kasi malakas yung hangin, then use a mosquitero. Is that what you call it? That's what we call it. Mosquitero. I was able to experience sleeping inside a mosquitero. My husband and I really enjoyed it kasi ang cute niya. It's a modern mosquitero. It's shaped like a tent, tapos meron siyang zipper. So, pinapatong lang namin sa bed, and then we put all our pillows inside, tapos may zipper. We just zip it open, zip it close, tapos dun kami sa loob. What's very funny is, grabe talaga yung mga lamok sa bahay namin, where we were staying before, not in this house, but yung sa house namin before. Ang daming lamok na when we are already lying down, and we look at the ceiling or parang we look at what's above us, it is the mosquito net, tapos nandyan sila, they are just resting on top of the net. They're like looking at us, they're like waiting na lalabas kami. Ganyan kadami yung mosquitoes. So I am very sure that it really works as long as you don't like rest. Yung skin mo dapat hindi nakasandal or nakatouch sa mosquito net because they are really waiting. They walk around the net because they know that we are inside. Ganun sila katindi. Tip number 6 and the most important is prevention. Hindi tayo kailangang mag-alala if there is no mosquito at all. Meaning, if we don't allow them to breed, if we don't allow them to reproduce or to multiply. And how do we assure this? Try to clean up always, especially ngayon na tag-ulan, because mosquitoes give birth in stagnant water. Stagnant water is yung mga water na hindi gumagalaw. So watch out for those things in your house na medyo hindi mo na pag-iisipan na baka may nagbe-breed ng mosquitoes, like flower vase. we don't think about it anymore sometimes na baka matagal na siya dyan or baka akala mo wala na siyang laman pero may laman pala. Yung sa water dispenser, yung nasa baba na parang iniipon niya yung mga water na minsan natatapon. I have seen baby mosquitoes dun. So sometimes we forget about it but we always have to empty it and throw it out because it's tag-ulan. Minsan it rains and then we don't mind kung ano nangyayari outside our house, but minsan may mga containers na nagka-catch ng water, ng rainwater, and then we forget about it. Pero it could be a breeding site for mosquitoes, especially yung mga gulong and yung mga empty Tupperwares, empty cans, empty containers, the trash area. Kasi baka kahit konting-konti, isang tansa ng tubig, yes, they can reproduce there. So keep your house clean and your surroundings free from stagnant water so that the mosquitoes will not reproduce. Basically, that's it. But if there is an unfortunate event na baka may nakagat na talaga ng dengue mosquito in your family, just always watch out for the most important signs and symptoms. Especially if may na dengue sa kapitbahay, then most likely may dengue mosquito around your neighborhood. So that is very dangerous. What you have to look out for is high fever. High fever because ang daming signs and symptoms of dengue. But high fever is the most common or easiest sign na parang nanonotice natin sa anak natin. High fever, according to our pediatrician, is 38.6 and above. But just ask your pedia to check if ganun din ba sa tingin niya yung high fever, the type of high fever na kailangan niya siyang dalhin sa emergency room. So, especially if umabot na sa 2 days or lagpas na sa 2 days yung fever, and if super baby pa, you have to take the patient to the hospital right away and try not to manage it at home anymore. These are the other signs and symptoms of dengue. Kailangan mo talagang maging alarmed right away, especially if umabot na sa 39 or 40 and if may signs of bleeding like may rashes, masakit yung tiyan, nagsusuka ng dugo, and when the poop is like very black, that is a sign of internal bleeding. Once you feel like it is a dengue case, what you always have to remember is we are scared of dehydration. Yun yung pinaka-enemy natin when it comes to dengue. What happens kasi when we have dengue is lumalabas yung platelets and yung water from our blood vessels. Kung lumalabas masyado yung water, then it will cause dehydration. Kung lumalabas masyado yung platelet, then it will cause bleeding. Yung bleeding tsaka yung dehydration is what causes death. It's important to go to the hospital if you're already suspecting dengue para maagapan yung dehydration. In the hospital kasi we can monitor the loss of fluids and the loss of platelets. CBC will let us know yung platelet level. Tsaka there is intravenous fluids in the hospital. So if ever wala kang ganang uminom or kumain or to take in any types of fluids, at least there is intravenous fluids or yung dextrose na tinatawag para you are still hydrated. Also, the nurses and the doctors will be able to monitor if severe na yung case of dehydration mo, and through CBC or complete blood count, malalaman yung platelet levels mo. If it's already dangerously low, then you are probably bleeding. Then if it is really, really low na talaga yung platelet count mo, then there will have to be platelets infused. Pero it's a doctor's call talaga. It is something that we cannot monitor in our homes. So generally, we just have to protect our children and ourselves from mosquito bites, whether it is a dengue mosquito or not. What's better is hindi talaga tayo kakagatin ng mosquito. So I hope you learned something from my video. I hope you can like this video and share this, especially on Facebook where every mom and titas are like looking for information. So I hope you can come across my video through a Facebook share from a friend, from a concerned mom, from mom groups perhaps, para ma-inform tayo lahat about dengue. Also, please subscribe to my channel para you can support me in my YouTube journey. Thank you very much for watching and see you in my next video. Tapos lumilipad-lipad yung manok, just shake. Manok!